In this lesson, we're going to talk about how to add and subtract functions. First, we're going to take a look at the notation, and then we're going to take a look at an example. Take a look at the example here. We have two functions, one named f and one named g. Then it asks us to find f plus g of x and f minus g of x. And it looks a little strange, and this is really the core of the problem, is just to realize that this notation, f plus g of x, means we're going to add these two functions together. It simply wants us to add the two functions together. Oh, f plus g of x means f of x plus g of x. So let's do that. Let's add these two functions together. So f of x is 3x plus 1, and then g of x is 9x, and we're going to add those two functions together. And because they've been inserted into a strange new world, I like to put parentheses around them. That's our little safety bubble. And sometimes you need the parentheses and sometimes you don't, but better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. Am I right? In this case, we don't need it because there's nothing to distribute outside of the function, so we can just simply get rid of it and combine like terms. So we can add 3x and 9x together, which is 11x. Nope, just kidding. Making sure you're paying attention. 12x plus 1, and that's it. That's my answer. It's not asking me to evaluate this or anything. It's just asking me to add them together. And I did. Woohoo! This notation simply means f of x minus g of x. It's just a whole lot. It's like a shorthand. See how much quicker it is to write this than to write the two separate ones, but it just simply wants us to subtract them. And again, it's a good idea to put them in little safety bubble parentheses. In this case, we don't really need it either. Technically, we would need to distribute the minus into any terms that were inside the parentheses, but this is just one term. So there's nothing to distribute, so we can just do it like that. And then 3x minus 9x. Remember that minus goes with the 9x, and the plus goes with the 1. And 3x minus 9x is negative 6x plus 1. I'm going to squeeze it in there so it doesn't go off the screen. Let's take a look at one more example. We have our function f of x equals 4x to the second power minus 3, and our function g of x equals negative 3x squared plus 2x minus 1. And my mathematical brain goes, ooh, there's several terms here. So maybe I might need to distribute. It says to find f minus g of x, and the key is to remember that we're subtracting g of x from f of x. So again, this means f of x minus the entire function g of x. So let's put them in our little safety bubbles, also known as parentheses. And this time we actually do need the parentheses because we have multiple terms here in the g of x that we're going to have to subtract. We're subtracting a positive 2x. We're subtracting a negative 3x squared. We're subtracting a negative 1. So if I remove the parentheses, subtracting a negative makes that a plus 3x squared. Subtracting a positive makes that a minus 2x. And subtracting a negative makes that a plus 1. So everything in the second set of parentheses, only the second set of parentheses changes signs. So negative to plus, plus to minus, minus to plus. If it's a minus here. If it was a plus here, I could just remove the safety bubble of parentheses and proceed as before. So 4x squared, I'm going to put the like terms next to each other, plus 3x squared. So I use that one and I use that one. Minus 3, I'm going to put together with the plus 1. Those are like terms that don't have variables in those terms, and then minus 2x. So 4 plus 3 is 7. Remember, we don't change the exponent when we're adding or subtracting. Minus 3 plus 1 is minus 2, and then minus 2x. goes at the end. And I didn't put this in standard form. A lot of times we like to put it in descending order of exponents, so it goes 7x squared minus 2x minus 2, or this. It doesn't matter what order you put it in. We have found the answer, and that's it. That's all you do. Hopefully now you have a better understanding of how to add and subtract functions.